Fanfiction, oh fanfiction, thou who had always been my trusted companion, thou who fed and nurtured my hyperfixations and introduced me to the world of slash. Oh dearest fanfiction.
You in danger, girl.
A couple of weeks ago, I was scrolling through TikTok as I am wont to do when I saw someone ask in a video comment, where can I buy Mana Code? Now, I immediately pushed it out of my mind because I do end up on booktok a lot. And with my wallet having put me on a book buying ban, I figured now was not the best time to get drawn into a book I would find myself desperate to buy. No money means out of sight, out of mind, and that's helped me immensely with my budgeting. But then something went off in my head.
Red alert. All hands stand to battle stations.
The video I'd been watching was a fanfic recommendation video, which I do have plans to film a multi-fandom fanfics that made me go absolutely feral video in the upcoming week. So if you don't want to miss it, be sure to subscribe. Oh, and while you're at it, be sure to like this video too. But yeah, the TikTok video I had been watching was a fanfic rec video. So now I was confused because why would someone use the banned word buy anywhere near fanfiction? Fans on fanfiction are aware that there shall be no buying or selling on fanfic is an absolute rule of the fandom. So what on earth is this where can I buy Mana Code nonsense coming from?
I'm on the case.
And so I went searching, and would you look at it? Mana Code is a Dramione fanfiction. I would like to put a disclaimer here that J.K. Turfling is trash. We do not support her on this channel. If you want to be a transphobic asshat, please bounce. I will delete your comment and block your ass. But yeah, Dramione is the ship name for Draco Malfoy and Hermione Granger from Harry Potter. And when it clicked for me that you had people on Beyonce and Rihanna's collective internet being absolute idiot who are selling and buying fanfiction, I was like, of course, if anyone would be this daft and inconsiderate about the collective good of the rest of us, so self-centered that they would not mind fucking everyone else over, it would come from the fandom whose author has showed that she has zero respect for bodily autonomy, who speaks with impunity and is trash and vile towards marginalized communities, who wields her power because she has zero care and doesn't face any consequences. Of course, now, am I saying that every single person who reads and writes Harry Potter fan fiction is like this? Of course not. We have trans and queer writers and readers who are working hard at making these stories theirs, who are giving depth and diversity to the characters J.K. Turfling created, and that is wonderful. That is fan fiction. Like Brenna Clark Gray said in Here We Are, Feminism for the Real World. Take those characters you love and reinvent their situations, bend their race and gender, and experiment with their sexuality. And since Harry Potter fan fiction does not put money into J.K. Turfling's hands, I still consider that a win. Of course, there are fanfic writers and readers who choose to never go back into that world, and that is fucking brilliant too. Let's share the love to other fandoms who deserve all that talent
and make the world a better place.
But what I'm trying to say is that fandoms sometimes reflect their creators, and it is not surprising that some members of the Harry Potter fandom are unknowingly exhibiting the traits of the creator of the works. Because why would anyone in their right mind who isn't driven by entitlement think that this is in any way okay?
What the fuck is wrong with you?
It is selfish and it runs the risk of fucking things up for the rest of us. I always say on my channel that I was raised by and in fandom. It's a core part of my beating heart and fanfiction. Fanfiction raised me from the days of fanfiction.net and LiveJournal. I know and have friends who have been reading fanfiction for even longer than that. They talk about zines and fan sites and Usenet groups. They talk about building communities and how much they've grown because of the people they've met within these communities reading and writing fanfiction. And honestly, that has been my own experience too. I have been reading and occasionally writing fan fiction since 2007. That's 17 long years. And before you ask, the first fan fiction I read was an Itachi Sakura fan fiction. The first fanfic I wrote was Sasunaru, that's Sasuke and Naruto, a Sasunaru Greek mythology crossover fic. I had a blast writing it and responding to comments. It was scary, it was validating, it was exhilarating, it was home.
What a blast!
best.
I want more people, more kids and adults to have that experience, to still be able to enjoy fan fiction and how it is meant to be, and not have it close off to them because people are ignoring the fundamental legal and ethical framework within which fan fiction is meant to be protected, i.e. we are not infringing on the intellectual property rights of the original work of which fan fiction is based off of. Neither the writer nor the reader seeks to profit off of the fan fiction of the original work. That's how we're able to keep writing and why we're able to retain the goodwill of so many amazing writers. Not everybody is Anne Rice, and we should be grateful for that. There is no need for some of us to fuck it up for others.
Stop breaking the law, asshole!
Not only do fan fiction help and entertain readers, it's also a godsend for writers who are developing their skills. Now, regardless of your thoughts about fan fiction or whether or not you think it's a valid form of writing, whether or not you admit or accept that a lot of our writing greats got their first leg in with fan fiction, it is the undisputed truth that fan fiction is a core part of fandom and that a lot of writers got to practice their craft and start their journeys with fan fiction. As Rachel Rosenberg says in a 2019 Book Riot article in answer to the question, why do so many people love fanfic? It can be a wonderful tool for burgeoning authors, giving them a safe space to hone their skills and providing keen readers to offer feedback, free editing and collaboration. The characters are already built, so it's easier to focus on aspects like plot and style. And before you go running your mouth with drivel like, well, fanfic writers aren't original, the tropes are all overused, there's nothing new. Real writers don't write fan fiction. First,
You need to shut the fuck up!
second, there are fanfic writers who would and have written circles around your fave. Third, there are published and highly respected authors who have full-on admitted to writing fanfiction. Not just E.L. James and Cassandra Clare and Naomi Novik, but like Neil Gaiman, Lois McMaster-Bujold, Meg Cabot, S.E. Itton. Yes, S.E. Itton both gave us The Outsiders and supernatural fanfiction.
Yes, you heard me.
So yeah, fan fiction is important to writers, readers, and editors as well. Better readers are the bedrock of our community and they make fics shine so fucking brilliantly. And it is not uncommon to have people learn how to be great editors who are able to drill to the core of a story and strip it of dross, but while still ensuring it retains its addictive quality by being beta readers first.
You the real MVP.
That's the power of fandom. It's how fan fiction betters us. It's why so many people have gone ahead of us to have put in the work to ensure the preservation of fan fiction, so that whether you're a 70-year-old veteran weaving new worlds and experiences for Spock and Kirk to learn and grow, or you're a 14-year-old teenage girl who believes that Itadori and Megumi totally have chemistry and their dynamics work well in a way that will make them the ideal couple and therefore you make them a couple, fan fiction would always have your back.
I got you, baby. I got you, baby.
Which is why it's so fucking aggravating that a core tenet of fandom that is driven by laws and rules that everyone in fandom holds sacrosanct, thou shalt not sell or attempt to sell fanfiction, is being treated like it's optional. No, it's not. I don't give a fuck that Manacled is the best form of fanfiction you've ever read, which...
That's a lie!
Clearly, you don't read enough fanfiction because there are writers, glorious writers, who can turn a tired, overused trope into magical fucking gold. But even if Manacled is the best fucking fanfiction you've ever read, the appropriate response, the response that shows respect for the writer, that shows you appreciate their work and want them to get all their flowers, is to leave comments, give them likes and kudos, and for absolutely no reason whatsoever should you bind the fan fiction and then sell it.
Are you fucking dumb?
Because what the fuck would make anyone think that this is in any way okay? And the worst part is when you go to TikTok videos, because of course TikTok is where this all started. Actually, I blame TikTok and Wattpad, because the minute you had people start conflating original stories on Wattpad, and yeah, there are original stories on Wattpad. It's a host or library for stories, period, whether they are original fiction or fan fiction. Like when they start conflating original fiction with fan fiction and both stories are referred to as books, you have a major problem. Then people will think it's a great idea to put fan fiction on Goodreads. Goodreads is for reviewing books. No one cares that you read the behemoth that is Lily's Boy and it's over 2,000 pages. It shouldn't be on Goodreads. Fan fiction should not be on Goodreads.
The fuck is wrong with you?
The minute you put it on Goodreads, then you've automatically boosted that fanfic up from being a piece of fiction written by a fan of an original piece of fiction to being original fiction. But because it's not original, then you create legal holes, and this fanfic that you loved and this writer you admire is now fucked because your dumbass is so driven by a need to meet an arbitrary reading goal on Goodreads that you're legit putting them in danger. Like,
did your brain work?
What in the audacious nonsense is this? Reading is not some extreme sport. You are meant to enjoy the words on page, not buy into this consumerist bullshit of you must clock 100 books or 5 million words a year. It's a hobby, not a fucking sprint. What is wrong with you? Leave fanfiction off Goodreads.
Leave it alone.
And then what gets my gall is when people point it out, when someone mentions it on TikTok or Reddit or even in the comments on the reviews, you have the original posters being miffed. Like, excuse the fuck? I repeat, what is wrong with you? You are literally driving off your favorite writers from writing fan fiction. You're pushing them to delete their stories off of the platforms. You're endangering them, putting them at risk of being sued because you just can't handle not being able to own things, because you're so steeped in this consumerist culture that you can't wrap your head around the fact that fan fiction is a gift. It's a gift from the writer to the reader, something that costs time and energy and which we get for free. Why would you then think it makes a lick, an iota of sense to go on Etsy and buy a bound copy of a fanfic? Fanfiction is free. They're available for free. That's the only way writers get to keep writing. The only reason we can keep fanfiction is if it remains free. But because you have this weird need to own things, you're fucking things up for the rest of us. Selfish assholes. If you want an electronic version that isn't bound to the internet, do what the rest of us do. If you're an AO3, download it in whatever version your e-reader is, and voila, you have a copy you can keep. If you're someone who likes having a physical copy of a fanfic that made you go feral, a fanfic that borrowed its way into your brain, and trust me, fanfic slaps. I have fanfic that I randomly think about at 3 a.m. They can be that fucking fantastic. But if you want a physical copy of that fanfic, please don't buy it. Don't shit where we all come to drink. Act like the fucking adult you can be. Learn how to bookbind like the rest of us nerds. There are some bookbinding Discord groups you can join who would legit walk you step by step through the entire process. And if you're someone who still has problems binding books for your personal library, keyword here being personal, then ask your friends. There are legit people who would bind fanfic for their friends for free as a gift. There are so many options available if you want to keep copies of your favorite fan fiction, especially for posterity's sake. Because I get it, truly I do. Archives are a core part of fandom. It's because of them that things that should have been lost to time still exist, especially in this digital age where you have corporations who do nothing but exploit us, steal from us, insist that we don't own anything and can just remove our favorite piece of media like they never existed. Archiving is something we should all do collectively to preserve fandom, but in preserving it, we can't afford to lose it completely. We can't, in trying to save something, be the cause of its very own destruction. It's counterproductive to what we've set out to do. So whether you're seeking out a physical copy of a beloved fanfic for your own personal library or for the sake of the collective, please resist the urge to buy fanfiction. Read them, enjoy them, shower the writers with praise and comments and likes and kudos. If you want them electronically, download them. If you want them physically, bind them yourself or ask a friend to help out. But if you see someone who is selling it or attempting to buy it, discourage them. Show them this video or shame them. The choice is yours, really. Just like it's your choice to decide to like this video if you've enjoyed what I've had to say, to subscribe if you're not yet subscribed to this channel, to leave a comment, even if it's a heart, to share this video with your friends if you think they would love to watch this as well, to support me on Patreon if you're able to, and to come back at 5 p.m. EST next Friday for a new book-related video from yours truly. Like I said, the choice is yours. The only thing I can push and insist on is this: obsessing over the things you love, perfectly valid coping mechanism.